Hello everyone watching the video. I wish you a good day. Next, I will explain the topic of money no longer being money. I hope you gain much benefit from this video. There was a time when money wasn't paper. It was gold, heavy, finite, cannot be created by a printing press. To get more gold, you have to dig deep into the earth. It takes effort. It costs money. Gold is valuable because it is scarce, because no one can create it at will. And then, humans invented something more convenient. A piece of paper with no intrinsic value. You can't eat it. You can't build a house with it. You can't wear it as jewelry. But people accepted it. Why? Because it represented a promise that this piece of paper can be exchanged for gold. And when everyone believed that promise, the paper became money. What is money? Money is not paper. Money is belief. Belief that others will accept it. Belief that it will still have value tomorrow. Belief that it can be exchanged for other people's goods, efforts, and time. Without belief, a piece of paper is just paper. When things change. Initially, every banknote was backed by gold. You could take it to the bank and exchange it for real gold. But then a question arose. If not everyone comes to exchange gold at the same time, then why not print a little more money? Just a little. To boost the economy. To stimulate growth. To solve difficulties. And then a little became a little more. A little more became unlimited. When money is no longer tied to gold, it is only tied to belief. What happens when promises outweigh reality? Imagine a room with 100 kilograms of gold. Initially, there are 100 pieces of paper. Each piece represents 1 kilogram of gold. Everything is balanced. But then there are 200 pieces of paper. Then 500. Then 1,000. The amount of gold remains the same, but the promises increase. What happens? The gold doesn't disappear. Trust begins to crack. Inflation doesn't start with prices. People often think of inflation as when the price of goods increases. But in reality, inflation begins when the value of money decreases. Money loses its purchasing power. Not because things become more expensive, but because money becomes less valuable. When you need more pieces of paper to buy the same thing, it's not because the item changes, but because the belief in the paper has changed. Modern money is no longer a physical object. Today, money isn't even paper. It's a number on a screen, a sequence of characters in a banking system, a number in an application. We believe in it because the system works. Because society works. Because everyone believes. But ask yourself, what if one day that belief wavers? Money exists because of collective consensus. No one forces you to believe in money, but you believe because everyone else believes. It's an invisible agreement, an agreement that we all accept this as the unit of value. As long as the consensus remains, money remains. When the consensus crumbles, money begins to lose its meaning. History has witnessed this. There have been times in history when money was overprinted. Prices skyrocketed. People had to carry bags of money to buy bread. Not because bread was more valuable than gold, but because money was no longer trustworthy. Money doesn't lose value on its own. It loses value when trust is broken. So what does this mean? It means that Money is not an absolute asset. It is a tool, and its value depends on the system behind it. If the system is stable, trust is stable. If the system is shaky, money is shaky. The crucial question: if money is just trust, then what are we placing our trust in? In the government? In the banks? In the global financial system? In economic stability? Or simply because we have no other choice? In conclusion, there was a time when money was gold. Then it was paper. Now it is a number. But in whatever form, the value of money has never lay in its material form. It lies in trust. And when trust is broken, money is no longer money.